All right. Good evening, everyone. It's January 13th, 2026. Happy New Year to everyone. And this is the City of Hendersonville General Committee. I am Bob Garza, the chairman. I want to call this meeting to order. And before we have the acceptance of agenda, I would like to introduce everyone around the room, each themselves. And again, I'm Bob Garza, Ward 3 and chairman of General.
Right. Jason Gallo, Administrative Services Director.
Stephen Winsen-Reed, Interim Public Works Director.
Mark Evans, Ward 6 Alderman.
Mayor Jamie Cleary. Jesse Eckneroth, Chief of Operations.
Casey Lamar, Communication Manager.
Keith Free, Planning Director.
Karen Dixon, Alderman Ward 4 and Vice Chair of the General Committee.
Excellent, everyone. So our first place on here is the acceptance of the agenda.
I move to accept the agenda.
I can second that, correct? Since we don't have to, so I move to second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There we go. That's approved. Now we have to do the approval of the minutes from December 9th. I know it was a long time ago.
I move to accept the minutes. I did review them.
Me too, also. And so I second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then, okay. Number 4, citizens' comments. We have none tonight, correct, Jason?
That's correct.
So we're going to get right to number 5, which is ordinances and resolutions. Oh, please come on in.
We were waiting out there.
No, please come on in.
I'm going to suggest you sit right there. They're at the spot. And,
All right. So we are live. So we did an introduction a minute ago for everybody's in the room. So for the newcomers, please introduce yourself and let us know who you're with. We appreciate it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Frank Amedia with Trilogy Asset Developments, Inc. and TBN, Hendersonville.
Chris Gave, Italian Living, based out of Brentwood, Tennessee.
We're part of our team.
Mark Boyd with Killinghorn, representing Civil Engineer.
And Chuck Hall, Vitality Living.
Joe Russo with TBN TAA. Warren Hawkins, Hendersonville resident.
Okay, very good. Thanks, everyone. And don't worry about it. So it's difficult getting started. So the first resolution is sponsored by Mike Martin. It's the reading of Resolution 2026-01, a resolution approving the TBN, Music City Millennia Cottages final development plan located at 645 East Main Street in Hendersonville. And for those that don't know, this is the old Twitty City location. So did you have anything you want to add to that, Karen?
I do not. Actually.
I had a question for Mr. Free. I read this. I believe that the developer here has met all the qualifications that we needed to do. There was a parking issue and there's some other small issues that's all been settled.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, no questions.
All right. So you want to make a
Do you
motion?
have anything that you guys want to share with us?
Well, I could start from the beginning.
Anything short that you want
Well,
to share with
save that for Bowman.
We're just appreciative, very appreciative, and I'm going to take it from this level. You know, sometimes what's meant for evil turns for good. That tornado set us all back, but it's been a very good thing in the long term. And we've been able to get a lot of good insight and a lot of good input. And the community outreach and relationships improved even greater. We were able to accomplish the mansion. Very proud and happy of that. So we're very excited about this. I think it's
Mansion looks great. Thank you so much for maintaining it and bringing it back to life.
Yes.
thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, I'd like to make a motion to move this forward with a positive recommendation.
I second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. That passes. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's it.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Stay if you'd like, but it's up to you.
Good discussion.
2 weeks from now, the full MoMA meeting.
2 weeks, so 27th.
Yes.
Yeah, this will move to.
All right. Take care. Good to see you all.
Thank you. Take care.
And thanks for all you're doing for the city.
I want to.
This next one is Jamie walked out. He's the sponsor for reading of ordinance 2026-01 and ordinance amending the Hendersonville Municipal Code, repealing and replacing Title IV Municipal Personnel, amending Section 2-101, appointing members to various boards and commissions, and to adopt revised edition of the personnel rules and regulations. So I'm going to throw this over to Mr. Jason Gallo.
All right. So what's before you is really, I guess, 2 years of culmination of work trying to revise and update not only our rules and regs that all employees adhere to, that's kind of our guidance for employees, but also updating the municipal code. There were some duplications in there, so the effort was to streamline it. A lot of the feedback we got was to make it as simple, streamlined, and concise as possible, but also is easy to understand and interpret. So that was the attempt here, and obviously what we're putting before you. We do recognize that this is a living document, so as it goes through the process, it'll probably have to make some changes along the way. What we've tried to do is think ahead, so that if there's new policies that need to come in or changes that need to be made, it can be done in a very simple way.
Well, I spent way too much time reading this. However, some of these dates go back to the 90s and early 2000s, and this was such a necessary evil to be done. And I can tell you right now, I'm glad it was you, not me, because it required a lot of work. But it's going to help the city move forward, which is the most important thing, so we don't continually have issues with things that are unclear. So I'm a big fan of what you guys did, and it was a lot of work, and I appreciate that. We're just talking about that ordinance, James, you sponsored.
Oh, I didn't get to talk about it, did I?
Well, Jason took over.
That's better.
Do you have any questions?
No, but I do want to say it really, I love how it's laid out. I did recognize that it was simple to understand and get through, and I appreciate that. And I know it was a lot of work. I appreciate the effort. I really do.
I can make a motion.
I will make a motion that we move it forward with a positive recommendation.
And I second that motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. So that passes. Onwards to BOMA.
Yes.
So we are moving faster than I expected. We're on other agenda items. And the first one is discussion about aviation noise. Is that why you were attending, sir?
Yes, it is.
Did you didn't sign up to speak, but would you like to?
Yes, I would love to.
So we can extend the rules to
Yes,
this.
I was going to make a motion to extend the
And without getting too technical, you actually have 5 minutes.
Oh,
So
excellent.
say whatever you want about that, and it's an open forum. So you get to speak about it, and we can discuss it when you're done.
You can take my seat if you want to.
That'd be great.
I just have some prepared remarks I'm going to read. and
That's
then
okay.
you guys
Any
can-
information is good information.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the invitation to be here, Mrs. Dixon, and Mr. Claire just left, but members of the Henderson Board of Aldermen. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I'm here this evening to raise a growing concern shared by many Hendersonville residents, particularly those living in the 37075 zip code, regarding noticeable increase in commercial aircraft noise. Throughout 2025 and continuing into 2026, the volume and frequency of low-flying aircraft over our community have increased significantly. It is now common to observe 10 or more aircraft within a 30-minute period on landing approach. These aircraft are often flying at altitudes approximately 2,000 to 3,000 feet, producing noise levels that regularly interrupt conversations, disrupt outdoor gatherings, and are clearly audible within homes. Beyond these quality of life impacts, peer-reviewed research, including randomized studies, have linked increased aircraft noise to adverse mental health, such as depression, as well as measurable reductions in property value. When our family chose to move to Hendersonville in 2024, we were drawn by its schools, its safety, and quieter living environment, an attribute that now feels increasingly at risk. The apparent source of this issue is a change in the arrival procedures associated with FAA's next-gen navigation system. These procedures rely on precise RNAV routes that concentrate arriving aircraft into narrow corridors, replacing the broader controller-vectored arrival patterns previously used. As a result, certain neighborhoods are now experiencing highly concentrated and repetitive overflights. Specifically, Hendersonville, and the Indian Lake Peninsula in particular, appears to lie directly beneath the Ryman 3 arrival procedure serving the National International Airport. Publicly available flight tracking data shows that aircraft are following nearly identical low-altitude tracks over this area, creating what many residents describe as a persistent highway in the sky. To be clear, this letter is not a call for drastic measures such as limiting air traffic, altering runway usage, or compromising safety and efficiency. Air traffic is critical to our region's growth and economy. Rather, I'm asking that city leadership formally acknowledge this issue and establish sustained communication with the appropriate aviation authorities, including BNA, the FAA, as well as leaders in other affected communities. The goal would be to better understand these flight path decisions are made, explore available mitigation options, and advocate for approaches that reduce or better manage aircraft noise impacts as BNA continues to grow. Other cities, including Chicago, Cincinnati, Seattle, and Los Angeles, among others, have successfully pursued aircraft noise mitigation strategies, demonstrating constructive engagement can lead to meaningful improvements. Thank you for your time, attention, and service to Hendersonville community. I appreciate your consideration of this issue and your willingness to engage on behalf of residents who care deeply about the long-term livability of our city. Respectfully, Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins.
This is open for discussion, so,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, you please go.
I would like to talk a little bit about how we got here. I guess it was in the spring. I started getting complaints. And I did see a traffic pattern from someone from BNA. I can't remember who sent it to me, and I don't have it with me. That shows a new pattern that goes right over Ward 4, right over our peninsula, and a little bit of Ward 1 that's increasing. So I have gotten complaints. I appreciate dealing with me in a positive way. And I have seen several comments on social media about the increased noise. So I know the city is recognizing it, and anybody who's outside, honestly, can recognize it at this point. There was someone from John Rose's office that was invited to come tonight. I'm not sure what happened. He was going to come and discuss what he had learned. He had done some investigation, Ray Render. And the mayor had invited him, but the mayor left. But I really think that this is something we do need to look into, because from the reports that I'm hearing, we're looking at an airport that's going to double in size in just a few years. They're going to have a completely new standalone airport, international airport, and there's no way to get away from that except to work on mitigating noise. So if anybody else has anything to add, I have no solution at this point.
Well, I will say this, what you said earlier about those other airports, I think we owe it to the city of Hendersonville to be very vocal and very active, because if we're not, we won't stop. We are considered the best city to live in Tennessee, and the 38th best in the country. Yeah. And I think that kind of takes it down a notch when, you're sitting out in your backyard having a conversation with friends and family, and you have to stop for 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So I think it's for the city's purpose. We need to do our due diligence. We need to get our representatives involved. And I'm not gonna say this on camera, but so we need this. And thank you very much for bringing this up. Were you on channel? I think it's on TV.
I was Channel 5, yeah.
Channel 5.
I didn't
okay.
see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I did. I saw it, and you did a good job. But
Yeah.
we need to stay on this, and we need our city leaders to be very vocal. And one thing I understood, and again, I with this much growth, things are going to change.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the key runways is under repair, and so that I was told
Yeah.
that caused the planes to reroute to another runway, which. It's interesting. They can reroute to another runway, but for all the years I've lived here, which is over 30, they never used that runway apparently because they didn't come over Hendersonville. So when I use quotes, it's saying I think that's a bunch of BS. But so let's stay on top of it. Let's I know you will too, and in case you can burn up the airways about the problem here.
Well, Mr. Render said that those closed. I have a list of the closed runways. But those didn't close till September. The noise started
Long before
September, and it you can sit out there and count Southwest airplanes. They're they're noticeable.
Sometimes.
You know who they are.
I can read their logos.
And it's their new terminal. Thank you.
Yeah.
They, like I said, they used to have 2 gates.
Right.
10 years ago, and now they've got an entire terminal. So, and everything's tracking right over us.
We also have an advocate at the Capitol that could could work on those too. The guy who, I don't know if he's not a consultant necessarily, but you know what I'm talking about?
It's
Lobbyist, that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
Yes.
So we can get him involved in this too as much as possible. Just, you know, find out what's going on. It helps to have that.
And I'll let you know also, Eddie and Alderman Robertson and I both had a lot of calls back in the summer.
Good.
When they were Durham Farms and Autumn Creek.
I'm glad. I was worried that it was all coming from Ward 4.
Well, I think it's y'all's because it gets lower there.
Yes,
It
yes.
starts, it starts getting low right over Durham Farms. and
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I see him in Ward 3, probably not as much as more than Masters does, because we're getting closer to the other wards, but they're still fairly high, but it's still an irritant. I
And
mean,
we started getting the calls about April. So when we started
Yeah.
getting.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's about right.
so
And I made the call to John Rose's office in July. I went back and looked at my records because you had contacted me in July for the first
That's right.
time. And that's when I told you to call, and I called.
Yeah.
And I left a message. I didn't talk to anybody. And they were asking me, who did you talk to? Well, I didn't talk to anybody. I must have been after hours, but I left a message and I've gotten nothing back. But in Jamie's email to John Rose and his office, he said that we had called just a few weeks ago, and that's not accurate. I just wanted to make sure that I called in July. That's been over 6 months ago. And it's gotten worse since then.
I think this is an issue that needs to be addressed on a regular basis. I hate to use the word, you know, do people make the most noise, get the most things done? But I think that's what it's going to take for the city of Hendersonville, because we've got to get our representatives involved, because the FAA is not going to do anything until they get the pressure from the top. It's that simple, right? But thank you very much for bringing it up, and we're on top of it, so you know we're not laying it low and say die.
Right.
Well, if there's any grunt work that I can track down for you guys, like let me know. I'm here.
Do you have his contact?
I do.
Okay, so there
You
you
can
go.
also just knock on my door too.
I was going to ask Mr. Eckenroth you had ever dealt with this from other municipalities, and can you offer to as a
Yeah, we did have issues that were reported to us at another place I worked.
Yeah.
Specifically about traffic noise from being close to an airport. So,
Yeah.
We had mountains that were around us, so we were very limited in what we could do. But as the popularity of the area increased, the noise increased. So unfortunately, we weren't really able to do anything in that situation. But this is a different situation, so we can absolutely look into it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So listen, we got other business here. I just have one other business issue for Keith 3.
Yes.
When's Trader Joe's coming, dude?
Yeah. Don't have any information on
Nothing yet? Okay,
that. Nothing official.
so
Get that
anybody
on-
else have any other
That on
business?
camera, right?
That's why I did it for. I wanted it on camera. Anyhow,
Where is?
there's nothing left. Do you want to make a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn.